I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and and I say this, historically, black colleges and universities were out of money. They were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it.
Say what you want about Donald Trump, but the man has balls, bigger than Big Mike's. Donald Trump showed up to this event knowing full well that he was walking into the lion's den in an attempt to actually add to his base. That's what Trump is. Through all of his flaws, he's a man of action. He doesn't just talk about helping the black community, he actually does it. Opportunity zones, the 2018 First Step Act, lowest black and Hispanic unemployment rate in history, black poverty at an all-time low during the Trump presidency. That's what actually helping the black community looks like. But guess who didn't show up to this event? Kamala Harris. And we all know why. Because she knows that she already has the black vote in the bag. She assumes that she doesn't have to win over any new black voters. The media will do it for her. When just a few short years ago, they were calling her an Indian woman and the first Asian American vice president. Play clip.
I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent.
Our dear friend will be the first Indian American Vice President in the history of the United States of America, Kamala Harris.
As many of you know, generations of my family come from India. My mother was born and raised in India, and I have family members who live in India today.
Asian Americans are the fastest growing population here in North Carolina, and among that, Indian Americans are driving a lot of that growth right here in the Triangle, drawn to the tech, science, and medical fields. Now, some are hoping to see Kamala Harris make history as the first South Asian in the highest office in the country.
Senator Kamala Harris will be the first person of Indian heritage to be nominated for vice president on a major party ticket.
The first Indian American woman to be nominated as a vice presidential candidate in America.
Once again, black Americans. Democrats are nothing but talk. They only care about you every 4 years. If you don't believe me, just look what Democrat policies have done to predominantly black inner cities. Crime is skyrocketing. They are stealing hardworking black American jobs. Yes, black jobs. And replacing you with cheap labor, illegal immigrants who work for pennies on the dollar. That's just a fact.
See, a few weeks ago at the debate, Trump mentioned black jobs. And a lot of people got in an uproar as if they didn't know what he meant. Well, we go to the polls and cast our black vote. We go to the stores and spend our black dollar. We live in our black community, but for whatever reason, we draw the line at a black job. Oh, but wait, because if you're wondering what a black job is, please, I encourage you all to drive through Atlanta at all these beautiful black-owned businesses and check and see who works there. Probably a black person working for a black entrepreneur, recycling the black dollar, creating black generational wealth.
Fentanyl is killing your kids. 90% of all fentanyl in America comes from south of the border. Who is in charge of the border? Kamala Harris. They are stealing your hard-earned tax dollars and sending them to Ukraine to feed a pointless war machine that has no effect on your life while you continue to live in poverty. If you want to see change, take a chance. Don't listen to CNN and MSNBC and dumbasses like Robert De Niro and the rest of the propaganda machine. Listen to the people who actually show up and the people who actually speak to you. Thanks for listening.